Sorry to everybody out there. All right, if you missed it, that last game that Bruce won was almost lost to him. Will had him on 2 fouls and did a nice lock-up safety on him. And Bruce was able to kick out of it. Yeah, I'd like to see a good match here too. So definitely Will has his work cut out for him. Looks like a dry break from Bruce and forcing Will to push out. A little too hard. Biggest key to those is to leave something that you're willing to take on that you believe your opponent wouldn't want to take on. And left them close to a rail, so a little bit of a tester. But I think with that shot, you want to go long rail first, then short rail, and leave it for a harder cut. And a little bit harder, just a little bit harder hit and make. Anyway, I think the smart play was to push out on that one. Probably could have kicked at it, especially the way everything's tied up. Not a bad idea to maybe get a kick and see where it leads to. Anyway, that's in the past. He's got to go from the 3 up to the table there to the 4. Nice position there. You're probably going to save the 5 somehow. Maybe just knock the 5 into the 8 there. And try the cue ball behind the 10 ball on the opposite long rail. Or he might try to straight bank at it. Go for the gusto. Nope, he's just going to thin it and come around. Odds-on favorite right there. Peeked out so he can see it. So that's a very touchy shot. Speed control. That's about the best you can do with that. You get tricky here if Bruce decides to just lay the 8 ball up on the 5. Going for the 1 rail kick. 5 ball, don't believe is frozen, so all he's got to do is get a legal hit here. He's putting his cue down to guesstimate the center line where he wants to hit on the opposite long rail to get a good hit on this 5 ball. Looks like it's going to be a good hit. Very nice. Just letting Will. It's whether it was froze or not. I didn't hear if it was froze or not. So if it's not, if it is frozen, then Will can't just tap it to the rail here. He's got to make sure another ball hits the rail. That was a hard one not to sell out on. Easy save here is for just to hide the cue ball behind the 7, which is on the rail by the side pocket there. He might call the cross corner, but best thing to do is just safe up behind the 7 here. He was going for the gusto here. He's playing a little loose than he should be if he was playing the percentages, but this is Mr. T's Customs. This is being held in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. It says Rum Runner Las Vegas. It's Rum Runner Lounge here in Las Vegas, Nevada on Tropicana Avenue. There's 6 tables total here. We're playing the tournament on 5 tables. This is, of course, like it says, day 1. We'll be back tomorrow with more streaming and finish up this tournament. We'll have 24 players going into tomorrow. This is actually being held on 2 locations. This one here, the Rum Runner Las Vegas, and just down the street about a mile, the Putters Bar and Grill, Putters Eastern location, just on Eastern Avenue and Tropicana. So 61 players that entered. All the A-side players have gone home for the night, and we're finishing out the B-side. We're catching them up. They have to play down to 8 players on the B-side. It's a race to 9 on the A-side, and 16 of those players are coming back tomorrow morning. And they're playing down to 8 players on the B-side, which is a race to 7. So Will and Bruce are playing to stay in the tournament. Loser gets knocked out. Winner, I believe, has one more match tonight to stay in the tournament and comes back tomorrow. For a lot of the players, it's already been close to a 14-hour day. Some of the matches started as early as 9 a.m. Vegas time here, and it's almost 11 p.m. That doesn't include any practice time if they got here earlier than 9 a.m. Will has a chance to get on the board here. He's looking pretty good. Draw back for the 10. Talk at the 10 in the upper left-hand corner. Okay. That was probably smarter not to come back across the side pocket line, which tricks a lot of people and causes them to scratch in the side pocket, trying to get better position. He's just taking his medicine and taking a longer shot here in this 10 ball. Mr. T Customs. Mr. T Customs, Will's on the board there. They hold this tournament once a year. It varies sometimes as to what time of the year they do it, and they change the skill cap, so it never stays consistent, so people can't intentionally hold their Fargo in a certain spot and try to come and steal the tournament. They try to keep everything fair with their tournaments, especially these higher entry tournaments. People come from all over the country to play in this tournament because the payouts are crazy for this type of skill level. And, us amateur pool players, this is a rarity for us to play for big money. I think first place, just the entry alone, from the entries is nearly $16,000. Second place is $10,000. They're paying all the way down to 16 spots. There's also side pots. There's a winner-take-all side pot as well, and there's a Calcutta. So if the first place player got in, bought themselves, or at least half themselves, and got into all the side pots, they could potentially be walking away with a $35,000 approximately payday. So not even the pro players get a chance at many tournaments that have that high a payout for first place. So they also have something called the Gilligan and something called the puddle jumper for lower skill level players. I think there was one for right around a 400 Fargo, give or take 20 points. And then there was that was the puddle jumper, which is the lowest skill level player entry they have tournament. And then the other one is the Gilligan, which is closer to probably mid 400s to 500, somewhere in there. And they do a random drawing for the skill cap. Again, they just do this Mr. T's customs just to keep it equal and prevent people from trying to steal tournaments, but also play for a high payday. Hope that answered your question. Back to the action here. Will needs to bear down here and not let this get out of control. Bruce put on down the first 3 wins here to start off the match 3-0. Probably kick one rail at this for trying to make it in the upper left-hand corner pocket. I just called the upper left-hand corner pocket. All kicks, bank shots, and combos must be called. Beautiful shot. No love, though. Now he's got to kick at the 3 ball. He might call it 10 in the upper, the bottom right-hand corner where he's standing now. You got to call. I guess you can just thin the 3. So, but 10 ball is a call pocket game. Unlike 9 ball, you have to call your shot if you make the ball in an unintended pocket, or the ball or a different ball. The incoming player has the option to take the shot where the cue ball lies, or give it back to the player who slopped in a shot. So it makes it for a very interesting dynamic. So if somebody slops in the ball, it's always the incoming player's advantage to determine if they want to keep the shot or not. Call pocket, race to 7 on the B side here. Winner breaks, rack your own. They're using the template 10 ball rack. Jump cues are allowed. 3 foul rule is in effect. Will almost had a 3 foul on Bruce earlier. He got the 2 on him, and then Bruce was able to kick out of it to avoid a 3 foul. Very, very demoralizing when your opponent can 3 foul you. But early 10s are allowed here, so Will Orr called that 10 ball and brings it to within 1. So 2-3. They've definitely been pursued today, but I can't testify to if there have been. Maybe I saw one on the stream table today. I've been here for most of the day commentating, but aside from that, I haven't heard a lot of talk about it. And it's definitely something that the player that got 3 fouled definitely doesn't talk about too much, and I'm sure the winning player usually is just happy to get on to the next round. But one thing, good thing you actually asked that question, Sophia. Biggest thing, especially with the clusters that are provided with these 10 balls, is if your opponent breaks and scratches, it's always a good thing, since that puts them on one, is to see if there's availability to actually go for the 3 foul. If there are a lot of clusters, to actually pursue that 3 foul. This is an interesting layout here, because dry break and the 10 ball, the way it lays now, it might be advantageous for Bruce to go for this 1-10 carom by taking the cue ball off the left side of the 1 ball as we view it, and pocketing the 10 ball on the side with the cue ball. Especially since the 6 and 8 are a little tricky to get on. I don't think he called anything yet, though. I think he's just looking to see where the cue ball's going to end up. But now I think he's reevaluating that 10 ball. It's hard to say. I think he's going for the 1 in the corner, and he's going to have the 10 ball hold his cue ball for the 2 in the corner. But no, Sophia, not a lot of it's hard to do. It's really hard to do sometimes. Unless, like you said, that opening player, when he breaks, they scratch, and then it makes it just pretty much a 2 foul opportunity. Looks like he was definitely going for that 10 ball. I didn't see him call it. I looked away for a second, but looks like he was definitely going for that. Might have to go rail first for this cue ball, or this 1 ball. I guess he can cut this 1 ball. It's calling the 1-2 combo. He's going to try to come off the 1 ball, and then the cue ball come back at the 10 ball and make the 10 to the side. Got too aggressive. Yeah, very true, Sophia. It's definitely 3 foul is definitely a hard one to pull off in general. And on a baby table, small table, right, 7 foot, definitely much harder than maybe a 10-foot table. Depending, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Distance and reach, availability on the cue ball, if the cue ball is far enough away from where you're able to reach it to shoot. And then obviously on the 7-foot tables, the congestion makes it maybe a little easier to get that 3 foul. Yeah, the biggest, if that 3 goes off the 7, he might tie up the 7 with the 6-8 and make the run out very tough for himself. That was a heads-up play by Bruce there. probably was too tight for that 3 ball to really go into the side pocket off the 7. And the percentage shot was to play the safety. Force Will to come with something. Hopefully get ball in hand, and maybe he'll play for a 3 foul. Funny we're talking about it, maybe he'll get one here. Ah, beautiful hit by Will. Ah, honey. He definitely called the 6 ball. It just the way it went in wasn't the way he intended, but 6 was called, and Will continues to shoot. If he hadn't called that ball, it'd be Bruce's option to either take the shot or give it back to Will. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're here at Rum Runner Lounge here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Got the Moby Dick $1,000 entry, 578 and under, bar table 10-ball championship going on. All the players still on the A side have gone home a long time ago and left the B players to hash it out to the final 8 on the B side. 16 players from the A side are coming back for a total of 24 tomorrow. Jack decided to do 24, bring back tomorrow, so we didn't have a lot of people playing till like 2 a.m. and then still having to come back as early as 9 or 10 a.m. and not getting a whole lot of rest. I think 2 a.m. would probably been a lot, was pretty conservative. It probably would have been longer than that if they tried to play down to the final 16. That's an extra couple of rounds if they would have kept more than 16 on the. If they would have played down to the final 8 on the A side, would have been another 3 rounds. 1 more on the A side and then 2 more on the B side. And it's already 11 p.m. and I think we still have at least another match after this one. And I think the Putter's Eastern location still has a few matches to finish up too, so they're probably going to be there until 12:30, 1 a.m. possibly. Everybody's tired, and so you're not seeing as many runouts as maybe you'd see earlier, but you've been seeing tight matches most of the day. There haven't been a lot of blowouts, and typically that's what you're going to get when the skill levels are this close. So thanks for joining us. Enjoy the stream. Any questions or comments, let me know. If he called the 10 here, maybe. Wow. And he left that no contact and leave that. Don't think about it until after you miss it like that. But then that 5-10 is such a sitting duck. Early 10s are allowed. Wow. Putters has 11 matches left. Thank you, Jeff. And then I'm over here, and this guy in the corner asking people if they want to play for money. Everyone that passes him, so. It's a nice combo to tie it up for Will, 3-3. Again, Will is coming in from Arizona, and we have Bruce representing Washington State. Tournaments like these with M.O.B Productions and this high entry always brings a lot of people from around the country, and we even have some people as far away as Alaska, Hawaii, and have Canada representing with at least, I think, 2 players. I know of the one. I can't remember if there's at least 1 or 2 more. Anyway, we got to race to 4 here on the stream table. Got Steve Bergen in the background practicing on table 2, waiting on his, I think he's playing the winner of this match or one of the other matches still going. Steve Bergen, a local player, is trying to get into day 2. Beautiful squat of the cue ball. Dead squat, probably popped it, square hit on the 1 ball and squatted it 18 inches back. It popped 18 inches back and stopped right there. He's got an opening shot on a 1-4 combo to set for the 1 ball in the upper right-hand corner afterwards. Just a little touch of follow on the cue ball. Don't let it get away from you. Nice, easy roll-in shot here. Nice shot, nice shot. Ollie stun over to this bottom rail and set for the 2 ball in the bottom left-hand corner pocket.
I just texted Rebecca.
I don't know if you want this kind of action here, Jeff. This guy got knocked out already, and I'm not sure what his angle is, but this guy was willing to go down the grips with them to play race to 7 for $100 on the 9-foot tables, and he's like, no, they charge too much at night. It's like $45 an hour. I won't play for anything less than like $300 or $400 a set. So maybe that is up your alley, but I'm not going to get involved. I don't know what they're playing over there on table 5 here at the Rum Runner, but I hear a lot of jawing, so may not be worth your while. This one is a hit the 3 into the rail and come off and hit the 7 in the pocket. Just got to watch the cue ball. Very nicely controlled there. Just a little stun shot off the rail here and play the 6 ball in the upper right-hand corner pocket. Then game over. Came off more than he wanted to. Now he's on the 50-yard line is where to hit that 6 ball. I think he still drills it into the upper right-hand corner pocket. Holds position for the 9 ball on the side. Nope. He decided to go in the other pocket. Got on the 9 ball. So I thought he'd go the opposite direction, give himself a nice little landing area on the bottom of the pool table for the 9 on the side, top side. Now he's got to back cut this 9 and hold for the 10. He's going to come off the long rail on the bottom. Oh, no, he's going to... Oh, where's he cutting it to? Yeah, that's the play. Bottom right-hand corner pocket and just light stun back off that top rail. Nice. Ooh, I thought he had that one. Perfect position on the 10 ball. This one is so straight, I think it's smartest he just draws back and has position for that same 10 ball in the upper left. Cue ball around the side pocket, maybe where it's at now. Beautiful stroke. Chris, I'll have to look at Zach and see what the lineup looks like. Give me 1 second. See if I can look at the bracket and determine where Zach's gonna land in the streams. broke a little off a square on that one ball, and nothing dropped by the looks of it. Nope. This looks like a pretty straightforward stop shot, safe. Leave the cue ball nestled up by the 5 there, and cue ball 10. The one ball comes around 3 rails. Beautiful shot, nicely controlled. Put him in jail. He's got to come maybe 2 rails around, off the head rail, between the 7-9, just to the left side of the bottom side pocket. Nice. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he went around that thing. That's the route he had to take too. What are the odds? Right now, all I can tell you is that Zach looks like he's on the A side still, and there's 8 matches, 16 players, and they're all playing at 9 a.m. I would imagine half of them are playing at the Rum Runner location where I'm at, and the other half will be playing at the Putters Eastern. So each one of those places has a stream. So my guess is that Zach will have a 25% chance of being on the stream table at 9 a.m. Vegas time. That's in only 10 hours, 9 hours and 45 minutes before that match starts. He's one of the lucky ones. These B players are going to be playing here for a bit longer to get into day 2. Zach has been off relaxing, chillaxing for the last 5 hours probably, easy. So that's one of the advantages of staying on the A side. You're welcome, Chris. No problem. Was also curious, will you be having a 500 and below 1K tournament in the future? Yes, we have a couple of tournaments. I don't know what the skill caps are going to be quite yet. I don't know if it's over 500 or not. I know they have something that's for the low. There's something called the Gilligan and something called the Puddle Jumper. The Gilligan is the one you're probably talking about, which should be slightly over 500, but it's also always a floating number. So you'll have to keep tuned in almost every day for the on the M.O.B. Productions Facebook page, and they always post when they're going to be doing a draw, but usually only about within the week of the actual drawing, so people can't manipulate their Fargos and try to steal a tournament. Again, that's one of their biggest ethos for the M.O.B. Productions, is to make sure that they keep everything as fair and on the up and up as possible, so nobody comes and steals anybody's money. Because $1,000, not to mention the travel and lodging that people actually invest in this, is no joke. And M.O.B. Productions, Jack and Rebecca and Jason take that very seriously when they consider running these tournaments. Yeah, there you go, Sophia. Maybe I missed it, or maybe they already have something posted, but then again, Sophia, if that's a rumor mill, you never know. I could try asking Jack here in a second so I don't disrupt these players here about that 500 and below. Hey, I got you covered, Chris. Thank you for tuning in. Also, part of our experience we like to bring from M.O.B. Productions is to make sure the people who can't make it here in person or aren't local can enjoy the great players that are willing to come in and essentially put up or shut up with putting down $1,000, not to mention some upwards of $600 in side pots if they choose to play against 60 other players. We have a 61-player field in this particular tournament. Usually the fields are upwards of 64 players. On occasion, depending on the location, we get a higher field. But for these Rum Runner and Putters Eastern tournaments, it's typically a 64-player field. Right on, Sophia. Yeah, it's definitely an experience. It's something you really can't find almost anywhere else in the country on this consistent annual basis on different skill levels for all players to try to come and enjoy and be competitive at, you know what I mean? So good looking out, Roger. I'm going to go ahead and check the bracket right now, but I believe you're right. One of them has 4. I just don't see. I can't see whose it is based. Each of the players here. It's a great thing about M.O.B Productions too, is they have the electronic tablets that are at the player's disposal, so they're able to keep the score live and up to date. I'm correcting it now, and Will does have 4. There we go. And ties it up 4-4. Bruce gets that 4th game. Race to 3, folks. It's been like this all day long. Have great competition, and I haven't seen too many blowouts. Yeah, typically you're seeing on the B side, I'm typically seeing 4-7 or 5-7 at the most, but it's been a few hills, obviously, of course as well. Actually, Will, before this match, he actually blew out London Jeffries with a 7-1 win. So it does happen, but it's such tight competition here that you always get a good match, whether it's the race to 9 or race to 7. Both players are hitting them very square. We had one ball go down. It was the 8 ball went down in the upper right-hand corner pocket as you view the screen. The 4 is locked up on the bottom long rail with the 9 ball. So that's going to be an issue moving forward. I'm sorry, Chris, I missed that question. Thanks, Jeff, for clarifying that. Yeah, 6 7-foot diamond tables that we actually have 5 of them that we're playing on in the tournament. I don't know if in part of that is because that 6th table in the back there is actually a red label, so it plays quite a bit different than the other 5 tables here. Red labels have a lot more action or a lot more movement, so definitely a faster table. Don't know if that was the reason they didn't use it, but I could definitely see it being a valid reason for them not using it in the tournament, since it plays that much more different than the other 5. These other 5 are blue labeled diamonds. I think essentially it has to do with the types of rails. Maybe somebody could correct me. I'm really not on the know with that. But red label definitely plays faster than blue labels. Maybe it's the rebound of the rails. Niwa Moby Dick was a fictitious whale. No, I'm sorry. So all of the tournaments that Mob Production puts on relate somehow to the sea. They have the puddle jumper. They have the puddle. When you talk about puddle jumping, usually it's over a body of water, or puddle jump from here to Europe, right? From the United States to Europe. That's over the puddle, right? The Gilligan obviously is another one. That's obviously Gilligan's Island. Relates to that show. Moby Dick is a fictitious whale. Heck of a shot to go for. The 5 was enough tied up that it was valid to go for that. So great shot to Bruce there to go a game ahead. They also have the Magdalon, which is Mako. Magdalon, or I'm not sure what the Magdalon of, if that's a shark. The Mako is a shark. So that relates to the ocean or sea as well. So Hiwa, I guess it all relates to water-related titles. Short and sweet of it. So that's why this one's called the Moby Dick. I think Moby Dick is actually one of the first ones that came out as far as the $1,000 and over entries. So I think they just followed that ocean or water motif ever since. Yep, Megdalon. Yeah, pretty sweet. They're trying to keep it a theme, if you will. Just like pool and everything else you do in pool, whether it's practice or playing, consistency, right, is the key. They bank short, which means they probably are. They rebound quicker. So I'm not sure if it's a material thing, maybe just strictly the profile. But again, that if they bank shorter, then they probably also means that they're slightly faster. Now maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe the profile has to do with how it grabs the cue ball and causes it to produce more friction and go shorter. And it's not how much depression you get from the cue ball or compression you get with the cue ball into the rail. That's a good question, Hiwa. It sometimes depends on the skill level. Lower skill levels, I think there's a slightly lower robustness, but it's typically no less than, I want to say 300 games robustness for the lower skill levels, like the puddle jumper, which is in the low 400s sometimes, give or take 400 Fargo. But I think most of these bigger ones on these higher skill level, like this one, is 500 robustness minimum, but don't quote me on that. But they definitely do try to keep to protect the integrity of the game, and try to get enough robustness minimum requirement in there to maintain the integrity of the game, so they don't have people coming in and stealing. You have to be well enough established. That was a rough miss for Will there. He might try to rock this 10 here, or he might try to 3 foul him. I'm not sure if that was the first or. Hey, Jack. Jack, what was the minimum robustness for this one? 5? Yeah, the minimum robustness for this one was 500 games in the Fargo. but I think it varies as low as 300 games in Fargo with the lower skill caps, because the lower skill level caps typically haven't had enough games in the system to get enough of a player field for 500 required robustness for those 400 Fargos, give or take. Yeah. They're both fighting for their tournament lives here. The loser does not get into the money and gets knocked out now. The winner goes on and plays at least one more match tonight and still has to win maybe one more match tomorrow to get into the money. 61 players entered. 16 players will make it into the money. 24 players are making it into the second day. Oof. He didn't anticipate getting on the bottom side of that 9. He might jump at this one. Yeah, he's going to jump at it. Probably call a 3 in the side because it plays so big with that 7 sitting there, but it plays really big with that 7 sitting there. Nice shot. Very nice shot by Bruce there. And you make shots like that and you almost never get rewarded. He's really on top of this 4 ball, so he's got to come with a shot here to continue his run or play it safe. But it's hard to give up control here, especially when that 5-10 combo looms for whoever maybe gets on the right side of the 5 ball. Hiwa, 16th place. That was a $1,000 entry. 13th through 16th place gets $1,200, so they get their money back essentially. Unfortunately, if they enter the side pots, which is another $600 total, there's 2 side pots that pay multiple spots, a $300 and a $100 side pot that pay out 4 spots, and a 1 side pot that only pays winner take all. So he was playing safe on that, and he intended to make it. So now, since he accidentally slopped in the ball, so to speak, it's Will's choice to shoot this ball. I don't think he called the 10, so I think he's going for the run out. 10 there made it bigger, so he made it. But yeah, it's essentially Niwa. Somebody could have gotten to this tournament for $1,600, and with a $600 worth of side pots and $1,000 entry, get 13th through 16th and still be out $400 because they put in $1,600 for the side pots and the entry, even placing. But it's a beautiful thing because typically what 16 what M.O.B tries to do is pay out the top 25% of the players. With a nearly 64 player field, 25% of 64 is 16. So they try to make it worthwhile, so they don't really make it overly top heavy. But first place with just the entry will walk away with nearly $16,000, and second place is guaranteed $10,000, not including side pots. But at this skill level, this is about the only place you're going to find something where you can play competitively and still cash and bring home $16,000 or $10,000, right? Minus obviously your entry and side pots and some travel, but it makes it worthwhile for people to throw in their hat. I missed what he called. Maybe he's calling the 8-10 combo, bank combo. Yeah, he went for it, but he played it on this pro side to, if he missed it short, he wasn't going to sell out. I think Bruce is going to attack this 8-9 combo, or maybe play the carom. Play the cue ball off the 8. Yep, he's playing the cue ball off the 8 into the 9. 8 ball's going to come up to center table and maybe leave him a shot for the cross side. I think he's what he's anticipating if he's going for the carom. Nice shot, but you kind of have to let it loose, and now 8 ball can get funny on him. Oh, lucked out. Got fortune on that roll there. You just got to mind the cue ball so it doesn't scratch down here in the bottom right-hand corner or even the bottom side pocket. Got to be mindful of his cue ball. I think he's going to put extreme left on it, but it's hard to tell. No, he's trying to decide what he wants to do. Beautifully played with inside to just keep it away from all the pockets. Prevent the scratch. This 10 ball will put Bruce on the hill. All right, we got a 3-1 race in our hands. Seen Will shoot, so he can definitely has the ability to bring it back here. You confused me a little bit, Sophia. Talking about Bruce, and you're talking about the underdog. Maybe you're ultimately a nice break. I think you can see the bottom side of the 1 ball here. I guess you just want to see a good match, so you were kind of rooting for the underdog earlier when Will was down. Oh, I think he was going for that 10. I missed him calling it, but he probably called that 10 ball. That's a beautiful crossover one pocket shot where you bank the 1 and cross the cue ball across its path and clear the cue ball before the 1 has a chance to double kiss it. Nice shot. I just played off the. I might just draw it back a little bit for the 3 in the upper bottom right-hand corner pocket there. Just leave that cue ball in the gap between the 7-9. Yeah. Already drawn back for the 3 in the bottom side. By the looks of it, he's probably straight in and has the perfect angle for that, but he's got to watch his speed. Oh, overdrew it. Not too bad. He's got his next ball, since the 4 is missing, is the 5 on the upper right part of the table there. I think the 3 goes by the. No, I'm not sure if the 3 goes by the 9. He's got to chip it in the side. No love. Oh, I thought I was going to get behind the 8. You can see all his ball. He's just going to stun it off the rail and shoot the 6 ball in the same pocket he's shooting the 5. Plays naturally, just a stun drawback. Yep, just like that. Nice shot. Tapping the 6. Maybe he draws back and plays the 7 in the side. I think he plays this actually 2 rails back and forth with some inside. Keep it on the right side of the side pocket line. Nice. Oh, he actually held it up very nice at the cue ball and he undercut it. All right, Will. It's now or never, buddy. Yeah, you're very true, Sophia. On any given day, people could play 50 to 100 points above or even below their Fargo. So it makes for a heck of a swing. But on average, which that's what Fargo is, your average game, they typically play. Pretty tight against each other. Yeah, there is no underdog. You're right. 10 points is nothing in Fargo at this level. At any level, really, 10 points is nothing. Nice cut by Will. He needed that. Got a little back cut here. Stun over to the top long rail and back out for the center table, the cue ball, for the 10 in the upper left-hand corner pocket for the game here. He needs this game. Nice shot. Easy. Nice shot. Nice out there by Will. Staying alive. That's what we like to see on the stream. Nice tight match going all the way to the end. Both these players are breaking solid. Squatting the cue ball back about a diamond or so once it makes contact with that head ball. Comes all the way back to about the middle of the table, maybe a diamond to the right of the side pockets. Yep, looking for those second row balls. Looking for those second row balls to go in, and I think both of them did in their respective side pockets. He's got a shot on the 1. Very runnable rack by the looks of it. He pocketed the 2, 6, and 8. Will's in it, man. He's focused now. Did not intend to run into that. There we go. 2 rails out, side to side with the 7 cue ball coming down here to the bottom right long rail for the 7 in the upper right hand corner. Ooh, the overdraw a little bit. Oh, he got lucky and it went to the top side. That was not his intention. He was playing for the upper right. He got to the upper right side of the ball to play for the lower right corner pocket. And this ball, the 9 ball does play. Oh, held it nicely. 9 ball does go in that upper left. It's a pretty routine here. Just stay focused. Beautiful out by Will. That was a very heads up shooting there. We've got action, folks. Hill match. Yeah, Russell. Will's in it to win it now, man. He was struggling earlier, but he's definitely laser focused now. Bruce definitely should be worried. Actually, that was a break and run by Will. Potentially, Bruce could not make it back to the table here. Oh. Lost the cue ball just a little bit off the, struck it to the left side of square on that head ball. Started headed towards that side pocket and got kicked in. Yeah, Sophia, break and run by Will on that last rack to tie it up Hill. This is the last game of this match. Winner goes on. Loser is knocked out of the tournament. One to the 2, not so bad. 2 to the 4. 4 to the 6, not so bad. I think his hardest play so far here is probably going to be I don't know. Everything plays relatively natural as long as he doesn't get wonky on this 4. Leave himself an angle right there to come around 2 rails in between the 7-8 for the 6 in the upper left-hand corner pocket where he's standing now. Solves a lot of his issues. Then he should be able to play 6 to the 7, 8, 9 out. Got to stun over to the rail and not overdo it. Beautifully played. Got the perfect angle to come around, do what he needs to do to run this out. Even on the big tables, that's the most common place to do it. Is people mishit the head ball. They don't hit it square, and either it naturally goes in the pocket on its own, the side pocket on its own, or it gets kicked in. But the side pocket is the worst, I think, is the most common, followed by the two top corner pockets where they break from, and then of course the bottom pockets. I think it has. It's a weird angle. I think you can draw back straight, right, for the 8 and the side. Got on the wrong side of it, but he may just tap it in and take his medicine with a longer shot on the 9. Yep, that's a smart play right there. Just don't get on the rail with the cue. Relatively routine shot here. Pretty much just top, and then I think he leaves the 10 for the bottom left-hand corner pocket. Ooh. And that's the opening that Will needs. Same thing. Will's going to hit it in the bottom right-hand corner pocket and set for the 10 in the bottom left-hand corner pocket. Just one rail back down from the head rail, back down the top side of the table as we view it. Oh, he overshot his position. Little tester here for the game. For the match, Hill. Jeez, that was a nail biter. Will takes it down and wins 7-6. That ends Bruce's run in this tournament, unfortunately. Sorry, Sophia. I know you're rooting for Bruce. Guilford, there's a buffer they usually give. They usually announce the actual skill cap about anywhere from 6 to 10 months before the actual event. And they give a buffer because they know in that 6 to 10 months, people are not going to stop playing pool. They're going to still get in the tournaments and remain competitive, and their Fargo will fluctuate sometimes. But as long as they lock in at or below 578 when they first put in their deposit to save their spot in the tournament, they have a 10-point buffer before the actual event. So people can go up as high as 588 and still be eligible. When they hit the 589, that eliminates them from being eligible, and they get refunded their deposit. So it keeps it very fair for everybody that's entering these tournaments to not let somebody sneak in and steal a tournament. I hope that answers your question, Guilford. I got you covered, brother. We have at least one more match coming up on the stream table. I think we got somebody lined up.
Huh?
We got somebody lined up, or are we waiting
it's
on?
gonna be Steve Bergen and Will Orr.
All right. Will Orr's going to be back up on the stream here, and Steve Bergen will be joining them. Stand by.
I'd like to give a huge thank you to Joseph Crignali for giving so much time today to give you guys great commentary. I appreciate him. Appreciate everybody tuning in for the stream. We're going to start back up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Both bars will have some matches. We're going to finish up here at the Rum Runner. I believe we're probably only going to have one stream here at the Rum Runner. So we will see you. Obviously, we're going to have this match here, but after this, we will see you tomorrow morning. So appreciate everybody tuning in.
So we got Will Orr from Arizona and Steve Bergen here local from Las Vegas here. Been a long-time staple of the Vegas pool community, Steve has, and actually I think he originates actually from the Phoenix area. But transplant, and we claim him now. Yeah, Mr. T's Customs. If you actually go to the M.O.B Productions YouTube, type in M.O.B Productions in the YouTube search, on their stream and the details, the bracket will be able to be pulled up. If you can't do that, let me know, and I'll see if I can get somebody to help me out with actually posting the bracket here in the chat. And if you can't do that, Mr. T Customs, for me, it's easier just to go on to digitalpool.com. And from there, you click on the tournaments. And then from there, there's a search. And you could type in the search for the tournaments on digitalpool.com, 2025 Moby Dick. And this should turn up in the list. And you can click on that particular this particular tournament, and it'll show you the bracket that way as well. Digitalpool.com. It's probably one of the easiest ways to do it. If if you're like me, and I don't really navigate Facebook and YouTube as efficiently as other people. I think Will Orr's taking a little break, a little 5-minute break, just to catch his breath, and then Steve Bergen's just hitting a few balls. All players entitled to one rack of warm-up prior to the start of each match, just to get familiar with the speed of the table and warmed up a little bit. And Steve Bergen's a local favorite here. I'm sure if there's some Arizona people, especially watching the stream, you want to chime in the chat. Root for your man, Will, here. If you're enjoying the stream, please click on the like and follow buttons. We very much appreciate your support. If you want to donate to the stream as well, support continued stream and improvement here with what they do. Here at M.O.B Productions, we do in the bottom left-hand corner have options for some donations. Any kind are very much appreciated, but not required. They have the PayPal options, Venmo, CashApp, and Zelle options. Again, in the bottom left-hand corner of your stream screen there. They flip for it. Race to 7. Loser gets knocked out of the tournament. Winner goes on, I think, and comes back tomorrow to fight another day. It's a rack your own, so it looks like Steve won the break. On the B side, we're watching B side matches. They're races to 7. We're playing traditional 10-ball BCA rules. Ten-ball rules. 10-ball is a call pocket game. As you can see, they're using the template, M.O.B Productions template 10-ball rack. Somebody asked me earlier if there's pattern racking allowed, and what pattern racking is intentionally putting balls in certain spots so you have a more predictable layout. There's 4 balls. You have to intentionally rack the 1 in the front. You have to rack the 10 in the center, obviously, and you have to rack the 2 and 3 in the bottom corners. The other 6 balls you can rack in the same pattern every time if you wanted to. So you guess you could technically pattern rack. It's a race to 7. Winner breaks. Rack your own. Call pocket. There is a 3 foul rule in effect. Jump cues are allowed. And if the 10 is made on the break, it would just be respotted, and the shooter would continue to shoot. Early 10 balls, again, are allowed for a win. Do count as a win, but you have to call a 10 ball. You can only call 1 ball at a time, so you can't call the 3 and the 10 ball. You either have to call the 3 ball or the 10 ball. Any other questions, please let me know in the chat. Let me know if you're hearing me okay. I'm trying not to talk too loud so I don't interrupt the players, but enjoy the stream. Should be a good matchup here. Looks like Will can follow this, come off the long rail and set for the 3 in the bottom right. Then come around and set for the 4 ball in the bottom left as well as the 5 ball. 6 ball looks like it goes up into the upper right hand corner where the 8 ball is. 7 in the side. See if he doesn't get any issues with this. Looks like he was playing short side for the 4 ball in the upper left hand corner, but I think he's still going to play it in the bottom left and hold for the 5 in the same pocket. Nice stun shot. He's really got his stroke warmed up here. Shape of the balls are all square, and sometimes if they were any other shape, you might be able to say 1 or 2 more revolutions, but in this case, you'd go 1 or 2 more flats because they're square. If you just got 1 or 2 more flats of rotation, he would have had perfect position. Does that answer your question, Taylor? I'm sorry, Tyler. How's it going, brother? Good to see you in the chat. It's hard to get shape with square balls. Your man Will, I don't know if you're rooting on Will being Arizona, but you knew it. But he's definitely in stroke, and Steve's going to have his work cut out for him here. Will caught a gear when he was playing Bruce to salvage staying in the tournament here. He almost got knocked out. And his opponent, Bruce, was up on him 3-0 to start the match. Will brought it up hill. He actually was down 5-6 with Bruce on the hill. Will ran out the rack, break and run, and then proceeded to win the match. So great comeback by Will. He's definitely in stroke now. Bergen's been hitting some balls in the side, and I think we should see a good match here, but watch out for Will. Beautifully squatted the rock there. Try break. Good chance for Steve to put a save here, I think. Yeah, not a bad idea. Will's definitely jumping at this if he can't see the edge of it. It looks like he can't see the edge, so he's going to put down his jump stick and play it out. I can see enough that he can probably, looks like he'd make it in the, he's calling it in the upper right hand corner pocket by the 9. That 7 ball is always going to hold up that cue ball and leave him a shot on the 2. So, oof. Little love tap there, but he'll take it. He played a good speed, so he's always going to have a safe if he didn't leave with a shot here. Draw back a little bit for the 4 up in the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, he may have underdrew that. No, he got there, I think. Yeah, he got there. We're going to firm hit it and then have the cue ball come off this bottom long rail. Shoot the gap in between the 10 and the 8, I believe. Naturally. He had the right game plan, just rattle that forward, unfortunately. It's a good starter there for Steve. Maybe he's going to come off hard and shoot the gap between the 7 and 8. Get short side position on the 6. Oh, no, he was trying to shoot for the gap here. I didn't see the gap between the 8 and 10. Nice play. Yep, Steve definitely in stroke here, too, by the looks of it. Play inside, 2 rails out for the 8 in the upper side pocket. Routine run out from here, 8 in the upper side, 9 in the upper right. 2 rails out for the 10 in the upper left. Ooh. Probably draw off this off the foot rail and 2 rails out for the 9. Just like that. Beautiful shot, Will. So you got to watch speed control here. Come down off the head rail for position. Yep. Straight in. It should have been Steve's game. He just kind of let that 8 ball, took that for granted just a little bit, I think. Again, everybody's been playing here from as early as 9 a.m. We're an hour 15 between them waiting for between matches and then them playing matches. So 15-hour day, long day. Not including any practice time they may have had before 9 a.m. start early matches. And then after they play this, they got to come back for 10:30 matches. I think when the second round starts up. 9 a.m. will be the all the A-side player matches. 9 a.m. tomorrow. Dry break. Looks like I can cut the... No, it doesn't look like the one goes by the 3. I think he's going to hide the cue ball behind the 3 ball here and play safe. Nope, he's going for the combo. I thought it might have gone by the 3, but wasn't sure. I know now. Nicely played stun shot off that long rail out for the 4. I think the hardest part of the rack here is the 7-8 congestion. And if he gets good on that 9 for the 10 ball, and most likely the 10 ball in the upper lower right hand corner pocket. But the 5 and the 6 should go in the same pocket, upper right. 7 ball most likely. It might come around for it in the same pocket. Might be the play. Goes by the 8 in both side pockets, so nicely played here. Stop shot for both in the same side pocket. Oh, he elected to follow. That's interesting. Manageable shot here, but his position play is got to be spot on. Yeah, it was a fear there. That's second one in a row that he had a definite chance on from the 8 ball on. He just puts Will up 3-0 and race to 7. Definitely a lot closer than that. Steve just kind of gave away those last 2 games. Could easily be 2-1 Steve here. Steve in his last stream table match came back from a deficit before, so he's got plenty of pool left in him. He just needs to capitalize on those opportunities. Well, it looks like 2 balls down on the break. Looks like the 8 and the 9 ball both went down on the break. Even though he made that shot, he made it significantly more difficult for himself by, with ball in hand, still having about a 5-foot shot versus a 3-foot shot. So you got ball in hand, you just want to strive to get closer to work. It makes everything so much easier. A little wonky here with the straight in 4 ball. I think he's just going to stun over or draw back and out. It's his preference. Yeah. Steve sometimes is a shoot from the hip kind of a player. Always makes it interesting to watch him shoot, though, too. It's been a long day for Steve, for all the players, so I think it's just feeling a little worn down here. Will's got a great opportunity to go up 4-0 with this 4-ball run out. Oh, he's going to come on the 50-yard line with this 10-ball? No way. Oh, he got fortunate there. Could have been disastrous. Still a little testy here. Nice out by Will. He almost made it harder than he needed to for that on that 10-ball. Could have gave himself a little bit more leeway, more space for that. But he handled business. This game is not about perfect play and runouts. It's about recovery, and that's what he did just then. That's where, unfortunately, Steve's struggling just a little bit. I'm a firm believer. If you can go down 4-0, you can come back 4-0. So, not pulling for anybody in particular more necessarily. I'm more just wanting to see a great match. So, I'm rooting for a bit of a comeback on a spectator partial side of that. Dry break, and looks like Steve has to push out here. Probably push the cue ball down by the foot rail. I think it makes this easy for Will to hide the 1 ball behind the 5. Went for the cut and ginned it. Nice shot. I was going to say his problem ball seems to be the 4 ball, unless he's going to set for the 4-7 combo, which that's not bad. 7 sits real pretty for that in this bottom right corner pocket. Hit it too hard. Round and round goes where it stops. Got fortunate there. It's got a nice set for the bottom side pocket. 5 in the upper right pocket. Left an angle to go 2 rails. Just put top, touch it inside on this. Play the 6 in the bottom, top. Supposed to be setting for the top left corner pocket there. See what he wants to do here. Don't think he can cut it to his bottom left, because I think the 10 ball interferes with that. He's calling the combo on the bank 6-7. Big pocket. Still missable, obviously. I think Steve just got to intentionally go into this 9 to clear it out with the cue ball and hopefully leave a shot on the 7. 7's off the rail. I think he can. The 7 might go by the 9 actually. Oof. That was a tight fit there. Right, Tyler? He's trying to fit that square peg through a round hole. Oh my! Oh, I thought I was gonna get snookered behind the 10. Correction, Tyler. That's what Tyler said. She said. Dropping the mic. Will is on fire right now. 5-0. Steve's got to come with something, an answer. I think Will earns a patch for the furthest cue ball break. That went about 3 tables away. Looks like he made 1 on the break. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like the 9 ball went down. Most difficult part of this rack looks like the getting good on the 6 ball there, which is kind of covered slightly by the 8 ball. Came up on his shot there. I guess he just wasn't really set on his shot. That's usually what results when you're not set on your shot. The uncertainty and uneasy feeling you have, and kind of you pop up, kind of like a poking and hoping, but not intentionally. It's just kind of a oof, bad roll. Might try a safe behind the 8, or he's going for the gusto. I think he's feeling it. He's going to go attack here. Yep, I think he's playing 6 cross. Oof. The way he's shooting, I couldn't blame him. Sometimes you can take those risks, guys. That aggressive play is what got you here. You continue to do what you've been doing, and it's what's been working. So. Steve got a good roll there, and still think Will's just shooting all out right now, unless it's a very low percentage shot. But this is definitely in his wheelhouse. Oh, no love. Beautiful, beautiful cut shot, and just 2 rails back and forth and scratches in the same pocket. And stuff like that, and we continue to come back to this game. What a love-hate game relationship, huh? All right, Steve Bergen, cabbie, is on the board. Steve Bergen, he's like 3-ball run out, you know, cheering for that. Crowd goes wild, right? So I like about Steve, you know, he gets hard on himself, but he's usually able to keep it pretty light, you know. Made 2 balls in the break there, made the 8 and the 9 ball. Don't think the 1 ball plays, so maybe he's just going to play safe. Nice play. I think he got him, unless you can see a sliver of the 1. Nope, he's going airborne. Nice hit on the 1 ball. There's a lot of congestion at the bottom of this rail here. Makes for a lot of good cover if you get the right angle, but he doesn't have the best angle to do that. I think he just calls a 6 just in case, but he's going to roll the 1 ball to the rail. Nice shot. That's a big blocker, that 5-6-7 cluster on this side pocket, bottom side pocket area. He's going to... Oh. Yeah, that was a little bit more adventurous than the landing area really allowed for. Low percentage shot to keep that cue ball on the table. Definitely possible. He's shown that before with his jump cue. Been playing solid all day. Anybody who's gotten this far in tournaments been playing solid. Maybe he's playing safe behind the 7. A heads-up shot. This kick is very hard. He's got to really spin the cue ball 1 rail off near the 3 just to get a hit on it, let alone try to pocket it. Probably max left. Nice hit. Very nice hit. Steve, I don't think anybody wants to play with that 7 where it's at right now. Because that 7 trying to get on the 8 ball, it's not the easiest. Because you have to almost be, or you have to be willing to shoot the 7 past the side pocket to where the 1-6 lie now. Or because you have to get really perfect if you want to hit to the bottom left-hand corner, that 7 ball that's on this bottom rail now. So that's the determining factor, what's holding people up from going for this run out. Jack's been called to watch this shot. Got a slow-mo on. Short rail. I'm kind of curious how he's going to get the 7 into play. Now that the 8 fell. This 5, 6, 7 may not be too bad unless he gets weird on the 6. Looks like, I don't know if he's too straight or if he can stun over for the 6. Come over to the rail between the 6 and 7. Yeah, he got a little bit there. Yeah, I think 7 balls far enough off that point that I think you can tap it down the rail. Oof. That makes me believe that I think it's hard to tell whether he hit the rail first or the ball first. Probably ball first on that one, but. Yeah, that one you just wanted to thin off the 7 and put the cue ball back up where it is now. And make your opponent sell out. That was definitely an ill-advised kick shot by Steve there, but sometimes you're in a moment and you feel it, or you just feel that this is the only way to get back into the match when you're down 5-1. So now it's 6-1. Will's on the hill. Steve definitely has his work cut out for him. It is possible. Regardless if Will cashes in this tournament, he's definitely going to walk away with some patches for the longest or the furthest cue ball on a break and the highest cue ball on a break. So, head held up high there, Will. No, seriously, he's playing It's a pretty jam up pool right now, and I don't. I see Steve very hard pressed to win this match here. Will elects to push out. Steve has the option to accept it or give it back to Will. What if he's going for the safe? Did he call it? I thought that 10 ball was on potentially. Worth a shot. He's calling the 10 on the side. No. Mm. 3, he'll just stun off slight draw and just fight for the 5. Oh, no. He held it. I thought that was a scratch shot. Very nicely held. Now he draws back up the 5 for the 7 in the top side pocket. And it's game over after that. Okay. He's still good. Thought he's going to get a little goofy. He's going to slow roll this in. Hold for the 8 in the upper right. Oh, you one-stroke that. He rushed that shot. Even the easier shot, especially on this precipice of winning the match, you have to bear down on every shot, but that's just what they teach you in all the books and the videos. Treat every shot the same, whether it's hard or easy. And go through your same pre-shot routine. Take your same number of practice strokes. Step into the shot the same way. Just give it its due diligence and respect each shot. Steve Bergen, you animal! You animal! Had to give Steve some props there for getting on too. Trying to stay alive. I love it. Trying to throw a little bit of love Steve's way. Let him know there's at least one cricket still here rooting for him. Steve made 2 balls on the break, including the 10 ball. 10 ball always spots back up on the break, and breaker continues to shoot. Got a clear shot on the 1. Looks like he's going to try to power draw here and probably get below the 10 ball or to the left of the 10 ball as you look at the screen to get a view of the 2 ball. Unless he could play safe somehow. But it looks like it's like a straight on shot. Power draw by Steve Bergen. I guess he played a safe one there. Maybe. It's hard to tell if he had a straight-on shot or not, but Will's going to force follow, I think, 3 rails around to the center of the table. There it is. Beautiful shot. Perfect speed. I got a little willy-nilly with that cue ball. He didn't need to be that far away from the 5 ball in this one. Now he's going to come 3 rails around for the 6 in the same lower left-hand corner pocket. Let up a little bit on it. Oh, he still has the 6 in the side. Kind of was fortunate with that. I don't think he was playing that at all. Steve's just looking at Will like, can you frickin' miss just one for me? Will is definitely locked in the zone here. 2 balls to the match. Steve, gentleman, concedes that last ball. Will advances. That was the last tournament here at the Rum Runner. I'm sorry, the last match for the night at the Rum Runner here. Will advances into tomorrow, I guess later on today since it's past midnight. I think the earliest he'd play is be 10:30, so at least he gets, at this point, carry the 1. Little under 10 hours between now and when he's got to show up, so should get a good 8 hours sleep if he really wanted to. That wraps up the stream for this evening. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like and follow if you did enjoy the stream. And we will look forward to seeing you all tuning in tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. in about 8 hours and 15 minutes. So go to bed, get some sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. I'm not going to stop the stream officially. That'll be Jack's job, but I'm signing off as commentary. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Again, thank you. Huge thanks to Joseph Crugnali for keeping you guys company and chatting with you while running the tournament today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see you in the morning. Stream starts a little bit before 9 a.m., and we will have a stream for the 2 rounds of play at Putter. So there will be streams from both bars tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and mob on.